Before developing an Android application, we need three software. First we download the Java JDK SE edition. After that we will download IntelliJ IDEA. Then we download the Android Studio. Let's open up the Google Chrome browser. And here we type download Java JDK. Okay, let's change the search engine first to Google. It's google.com, and here we type download Java JDK. Okay, from the Oracle website we click here, and here we can check for the Windows as we are using the Windows. In Windows I'm going to download the installer executable file. Click and download. After downloading, open it. Click yes. As you can see, I have already installed the Java on your computer. Would you like to reinstall it? I will click it yes. As I have already installed it, I'm going to reinstall it to show you how to install it. Click yes. Click next. Then next. Java will going to install. We will have to wait for some time. Click close. Now the Java has now been installed. We can go to the folder where we have installed the Java. Click on the C folder. Now click on the program files. Here we can find the Java JDK 21. Now we have to set the path to the environment variable. We click on the bin folder. Now copy this, Ctrl A, Ctrl C, copy the path. Now set it to the environment variable. Click on start. Here we type the environment variable, edit the environment variable, open it and click on environment variable. As I have already created this path, if it doesn't exist over there, you have to create the new. Click on edit, and now here I have changed it to path. Now Control A, Control V, copy it here and OK. Then OK. We have successfully set the environment path variable. Now click on OK. Now we open the CMD to check the Java version. CMD, run as administrator. Yes. Now here we type Java /version. Here we can see we have successfully installed the Java SE runtime environment. If you can see this message, you have successfully installed the Java SE edition. After installing the Java, we need to download the IntelliJ IDEA. So open the Chrome browser and in Google we type download IntelliJ IDEA. Here we go. Now open the IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, we need to download the community edition, not the ultimate edition. Click here to download community edition. Okay, it will start downloading. As I already downloaded and installed, I'm not going to show it to installing. There is no rocket science over here. Just click the next and install it. After installing the IntelliJ IDEA, open it. See, I have successfully installed the IntelliJ IDEA software. Okay, that's it. Now, after downloading the IntelliJ IDEA, the next software we need to install is the Android Studio. Open the Google and type here download Android Studio. Open the site. Click here and install the Android Studio. As I already installed the Android Studio, there is not rocket science behind it. You can install it by clicking the next. If you want an emulator, also you can download the emulator over there. But you need a PC with good hardware specification of at least 16 GB RAM to run the emulator. As you can see, I have successfully installed Android Studio. Open it. Android Studio Giraffe. Okay, we will continue our video on the next tutorial. Till now, install the software. Thanks. In my last video, we have learned about the installation of Java, IntelliJ IDEA and Android Studio. Now in this video, we are going to learn about the Kotlin programming language before moving on to Android app development. So what is Kotlin? Kotlin is a statically typed general purpose language developed by the JetBrains that has built world-class IDE like IntelliJ IDEA. It was introduced by JetBrains in 2011 and is a new language for the JVM. Kotlin is an object-oriented language and a better language than Java, but still be fully interoperable with Java code. That means we can also use Java with the Kotlin. Kotlin is sponsored by the Google, announced as one of the official language for Android development in 2017. That means Google already said that Kotlin is an official language. Now, how to write a program in Kotlin. Let's write one hello world program. Hello world is the basic program. Let's write in our IntelliJ IDEA software. First, I will open the IntelliJ IDEA. IntelliJ IDEA, open it. Let's create new project. Let's name it Kotlin Programming. I'm going to name it Kotlin Programming. Create new window. I have successfully created one project. Let's go to the source folder inside the main and Kotlin folder. Right click on it and click new Kotlin class file. As in Java, we have to create the class in order to run a program. In Kotlin we can create a simple Kotlin file also. Like I create one Kotlin file, hello world. Okay, so to create a main function, we prefix a keyword fun main. This is our main function. Inside the main function I will add one print statement, println and hello world. Okay, no need to add the semicolon in Kotlin programming language. Right click it, run. As you can see, our program has run. Hello world printed. Now back to the PPT. We have successfully created hello world program. Now we move to the Kotlin data type. The most fundamental data type in Kotlin is the primitive data type. There are following type of primitive data type in Kotlin. First one is integer data type, the second one is floating point, and the third one is boolean data type, and fourth one is character. Let's talk about each and every one in detail. So first data type is integer data type. Integer data type consists of byte. It takes 8 bits of memory and minimum value of byte is -128 and the maximum value it can store is 127. The next data type is short and it takes 16 bits of memory and the minimum value of short is -32,768 and the maximum value of short is 32,767. And next is integer data type. It takes 32 bit of memory and its minimum value is -2147483648 and the maximum value is 2147483647. And next one is long. It takes 64 bit of memory and its minimum value is following and its maximum value is following. Let's talk about it by doing one practical. Back to the IntelliJ idea. So here we take one variable of type short where first we take byte of type. I take one variable byte and any variable we can take. Let's take a and it's of type byte and let's say its value here it specify the maximum value the byte can hold is 127. If we assign it 127 we are not getting any error and let's print it, print ln. Here we pass a. Let's run it. So we have successfully printed the value 127. If we change it to the 128, now we got the error. As we know the maximum value a byte can hold is 127. 7. Now let's talk about short. Here we take the value, instead of byte we take short of type short, and here in PPT we have mentioned that the maximum value that the short data type can hold is 32,767. If we assign the value 32,767 to the short, we are not getting any error. If we change it to 38, now here we get the error, and it's saying change the var to val. As I will discuss about the var and val on my next videos. Now move to the next data type, int. It will take the 32-bit of memory, and as well as the long, it will take the 64 bits of memory. Now let's talk about the floating point data type. The floating point data type of two type. One is float and next is double. The minimum value of floating data type is range from this, and the maximum value from following. And the double takes 64 bit of memory, and the minimum value range from the following, and the maximum range from the following. Now let's talk about the Boolean data type. The next type of primitive data type is Boolean data type. Boolean data type represent only one bit of information, either true or false. If we are expecting a variable which will either return or true or false, we will use the Boolean data type. Boolean type in Kotlin is the same as in Java. If you have studied the Java programming language, the Boolean data type is same as of Java. Let's discuss one program. Here we have create a one function main and one variable a, which is of type Boolean, and we have assigned it to true, and another variable is b. It is of type Boolean, and this is equal to false. Now we have printed the variable of a. After that we have printed the value of variable b. Now above program will generate the following output. The value of variable a true, the value of variable b is false. Hope you understand. Now we will talk about another primitive data type, that is char. Kotlin character data type is used to store a single character. If we want to store a single character, then we use the char data type, and they are represented by the type char keyword. A char value must be surrounded by a single code like a or 1. It takes, for example, let's create one program. I have created one variable letter, and it is of type char, and I have assigned it a value a, or we can say a character a. After that I printed. Let's run it on the our IntelliJ IDE. Let's clear it. I create one variable. Suppose I have created one variable var letter of type char. I have assigned it to single character a. Now if I print ln letter. Now let's run it. As you can see, I got a. On our next video, we will learn about the reference data type. As you can see here, they are primitive data type. In next video we will learn about the primitive data type. Thank you. In our last video, we have learned about the Kotlin data type. In this video, we will learn about the type conversion in Kotlin. So what is type conversion? Type conversion is when you convert the value of one data type to another data type. In Kotlin, numeric type conversion is different from Java. Like for example, it is not possible to convert an int to a line with the following code. Like here we can see I have initialized one variable val x of type int, and I have initialized it to 5, and one val y, it is of type long, and I have initialized this to and pass this variable x to y. The above statement will generate an array as the type is mismatch. To convert a numeric type to another type in Kotlin, you must use the following functions like toByte, toShort, toInt, toLong, toFloat, toDouble, or toChar. Let's do one practical. We will understand by doing it practical. Let's open IntelliJ IDEA. So here we take one variable var a of type float and assign it to 15.5 f. Okay, let's print it. Println the value of a. Let's print the value of a. Run it. As you can see, we are getting 15.5. Now let's convert the float to int. Let's take one val a. B, let's take int of type int and initialize it to a dot to convert the a to int. Now let's print the value of b. Println b. Now let's run it. As you can see, I am getting the integer value here, not the floating type variable. I have successfully converted the floating type variable to integer. Similarly, I can also convert the integer value to string. Let's take one variable var c of type int and assign it to 20. Now convert this integer to string. Var b equal to, let's assign it c dot to string. I have to mention it to string. Let's change the variable name s. Okay, no need to do this. Okay, let's print println print the value of s. Now I have successfully converted the integer to string. As you can see, I have successfully converted the value of integer to string. Now let's move to the PPT. Now let's talk about the variable in Kotlin. As you can see, I am using two type of keywords here, the var and val. What's the difference? Let's talk about it. Kotlin variable. In Kotlin, every variable should be declared before it is used. Without declaring a variable, an attempt to use the variable gives a syntax error of the variable type. Also decides the kind of data you are allowed to store in the memory location. In Kotlin, variables are declared using two types: immutable type using val keyword and mutable type using var keyword. Let's do a practical to understand about it in detail. Open IntelliJ IDEA. Let's clear it. Let's take one variable var a of type int. Now if I going to print that a, println a, as I will get an error. It is saying the variable a must be initialized. Kotlin doesn't allow us to print a variable without initializing it. So either we can initialize it to null. For example, let's initialize this to null. A equal to null. Okay. Let's print it. We will get null. Okay. After initializing it to null, we can assign it to variable, and I assign it a value like first it is null. Now I'm assigning it to 10. Now if we print it, let's run it, we are getting 10. Now let's talk about the keyword var and val. Let's clear it. If we take a variable var a, suppose let's take val a, and I am assigning it to equal to 10. Now if I trying to override its value, let's print it, println a. Let's override its value a equal to 20. As I will get an error here. The val cannot be reassigned. Change it to var. As the val, if you have at the Java language, the Java programming language, we have a keyword named final. Here we don't use the keyword final to make the variable value constant. Here we use the val keyword. It is same as of a final keyword in Java. So if it is a var, as you can see, we are able to change its value. Let's print it again. Println a. Now let's run it. As you can see, I have successfully overridden the value of variable a. Now we'll move to the second tutorial and discuss about the Kotlin language in detail. Thank you. In my last video, we have learned about the Kotlin variable. Now we are going to learn about the Kotlin operators in detail. Let's find out. What are operators? Operators are the special symbols that perform different operation of operands. For example, plus and minus are the operators that perform the addition and subtraction respectively. Like Java, Kotlin contains different kind of operators, like plus operator, that is addition operator. A plus b, that is translate to a dot plus b. Then now next one is subtraction operator, a minus b, that translate to a dot minus b. Next one is multiplication operator, a asterisk b, that is translate to a dot times b. The next operator is division, a division b, that is translate to a dot division b. Next one is modulus operator, that is translate to a modulus b, a which returns remainder, a dot remainder b. Let's do some practical of operator. Let's open IntelliJ IDEA. Let's clear this. Let's take two variable var a of type int. No need to do this. That is equal to then var b, that is equal to 20. Let's take another variable var c equal to a plus b. Let's println c. Let's run this. addition of 10 and 20 is 30. Here we getting error as the value of a is not changed. It is saying change it to val. Now change to val. Okay, now take another variable to perform subtraction. Let's take another variable val d equal to that d assign a minus b. Let's print ln d. Let's run this. Here we get minus 10. That's right. Let's take another variable val multiplication, that is equal to a asterisk b. Let's print the value, copy it, Control C and Control V, multiplication, or we can say change it to m. Simple. M, let's print it, m. Let's run it. So here we got 200. Similarly, we got another operator, division, val division assign, if we divide 20 with 10, we get, let's print it, print ln division. What we get, let's run it, we get 2. As 2 we get the quotient. If we divide 20 with 10, we will get 2 at the quotient. Similarly, if we want to find the remainder, we get println 20 modulus 10. We will get the remainder we will get, if we 20 modulus 10, we will get the 0 remainder. Yeah, we are getting the 0 remainder. Let's do one more thing. If we five modulus 6, what remainder we will get in that case? We are getting 5 remainder. If numerator is less than the denominator, we will get the numerator as the remainder. That's okay. Hope you understand. Let's move on to PPT. As we have covered all these arithmetic operator, now move on to relational operators. Relational operators, first we have the greater than expression. A is greater than B, it translates to A dot compared to B. We can also write like this. The next one is less than operator. A is less than B, that is translate to A dot compared to B. Next one is greater than or equal to. Greater than or equal to translate to A dot compare to B greater than equal to 0. Next one is less than equal to. A is less than equal to B is translate to A dot compare to B less than equal to 0. Next one is equal to. A equal to B. A, that is transfer to A not equal B and B is equal to null. Similarly, not equal to, and it is translated to this. Let's do one practical to know about this in detail. Let's open the IntelliJ IDEA. Let's create. Println First we check A is greater than B. Let's print. We are getting false. Similarly, if we print A is less than B, what we are getting? Let's print. We are getting true. Now if we print A is equal to B, A is 10, B is 20, that we get the false. We are getting false. As see the PPT. Now if we write println A is less than or equal to B. A is less than or equal to B. A is less than B or equal to, but A is less than B, it will return the true. Let's run it. I am getting true, as A is less than or equal to, A is less than B, not equal to, one condition in true. Similarly, if we write println A is greater than equal to B, the both condition are false. We will get the false. Let's run it. What we are getting? We are getting false. Next operator is not equal to. Println A is not equal to B. It will return true. Let's run it. Yeah, we are getting true. Our relation operators are done. Now we move to the next operators. Let's open the PPT. Our next operator is assignment operator. Assignment operators. Okay, let's enter the full screen. Assignment operators. Our first operator is plus equal to, that is translate to A equal to A plus B. It also be done A dot plus assign B greater than 0. The next one is minus equal to, that's it equal to A minus B. The next one is asterisk equal to, that is equal to A assign A into B. Next one is division assignment, that is not equal, that is called assignment. The double equal to is called equal to. Okay, that is A assignment. A assign A divided by B. Modulus assign, that is expression, take A assign A modulus B, that translate to A dot remainder assign B. Let's do some practical. Let's clear it. Now println A equal to B. Let's change its value to var. Let's clear it. First we do is equal to B. Now let's println A. Here the value of A is 10 and B is 20. If we change A, we get, that means A plus assign B is translated to A assign A plus B. Here the value of A is 10 and B is 20. The above condition we will get the 30. Let's run it. As you can see, I am getting the answer 30. Similarly, if I do now the value of A is changed to 30. If I do A equal to B, that is A, the value of A is changed to 30 and B is 20. 30 minus 20, we will get the 10 answer. Let's print the value of A again. Let's run it. As we can see, we are getting the 10 as the answer. As you can see, now we will same do with the multiplication operator. The value of A is now changed to 10. Now let's do A asterisk assign B. Now the value of A is changed to 10. 10 into 20, we will get the answer is 200. Println A. Now we will get the answer as 200. Okay. Now the value of change is A is changed to 200. Now let's do division B. Let's go to the PPT. Now the value of A is changed to 200. Now let's do A asterisk to B. Here the value of A is changed to like 200. Now if we divide the value of 200 with 20, we will get the 10. Let's print ln. Let's print the value of A. Let's do it. Like we are getting the value 10. Similarly, if we do, now let's do the modulus operator, do the same thing. Go to the PPT and we are going to do the value of A is now changed to 10. A modulus B. Let's print ln A. Now the value of A is changed to 10. Okay, and 10 modulus 20, what we will get? Let's run it. As you can see, we are get the numerator as the remainder. Let's move on to another operator. Let's enter the full screen. Let's move on to another operator. Our next operator is the unary operator. We have two type of unary operator. One is increment, pre-increment, and next one is the post-increment. That is translated to A dot increment. The next one is decrement, pre-decrement and post-decrement. Pre-decrement and post-decrement. Let's do one example. Here I have created one program. Let's copy it. Now open the IntelliJ IDEA. Let's clear it. What's happened? Let's see. Let's clear it. Open the notepad, Control V. Let's copy it, Control C. Here we done, Control V. Let's clear this statement. That's done. Now the value of E is 10. First print, then increment. Okay, let's run it, then we will understand. Let's run it. Here you can see the value of 10 is 10. First print, then increment. We have printed the value of 10, then we incremented it, then the value of changed to 11. Now first increment, then print. The value of e is changed to 11, then it's changed to here 12. Now we getting 12. First print, then increment. We have printed the value 12. Now we have decreed, we have got it 11. Now move to the next statement. The value of e is changed to 11. 11. Now we decrement 1 from 11. We are getting the 10. Okay, hope you understand. Now move to the PPT. That's the simple logic. The first one is the post increment. The next operator is the pre increment. The next operator is the post decrement, and the next one is pre decrement. Now move to the PPT. Our last one operator is the logical operator. The first operator is logical AND. That expression is translated to it will return true if the both expression are true. It will return true if one of the expression is true. Okay, and it will return not complement of the expression. Let's do one practical to understand about it. Let's learn about the logical operators. Let's take two variable a, we assign it to 10. Now we take the variable b and assign it to 20. Now print. Let's write two statement. A is 10, and a is 10, 10, and a is less than b. As you can see, the both condition are true. It will return the true. Let's run it. As you can see, the both condition are true. It is returning true. If one of the condition get false, it will return false. Let's run it. As one condition is true and another is false, it will return false. If we this is the logical AND operator. If we use the logical AND operator, if one of the condition is true, like this condition is true and this condition is false, it will return the true. Any one of the condition need to be true. Like similarly, we are getting true. Now we are getting next operator is logical NOT operator. Let's clear it. Like take one boolean variable. I have taken one boolean variable. Let's create the main function, main, and let's do it. Let's do it. Like it will convert the true to false. Let's run it. As we are getting the false. Now we have completed all the operators. Now we will talk about the basic of Kotlin in detail in my next tutorial. Thank you. Let's talk about strings in Kotlin. Let's enter the full screen. An array of characters is called a strings. Kotlin strings are mostly similar to the Java strings but have some newly added functionalities. Kotlin strings are also immutable in nature, means we cannot change the element and length of the string. The string class in Kotlin is defined as var variable name and assign it to string, var name of type string, then initialize it. Or you can also create an empty string in Kotlin. We need to create an instance of the string class here, var variable name and initialize it to string. Let's do one practical to understand about it. Let's open IntelliJ IDEA. Let's create one string val str and assign it to hello. Let's print it println str. Let's run it. Here I am printing the string. Similarly, I can access the first character of a string str and 0. I am get the character at 0 index. I can also find the length of the string str dot length. Let's run it. Here the length of string is 5. Now I create one more string var str2 and assign it to hello world. Now if I println str dot, here I am getting many function over there, but let's use str dot plus. Let's concatenate these two strings str2. Now if I run it, I have successfully concatenated these two strings. I can also check the equality of these two strings. Println str is equal to str2 as they both are string are not equal. I am getting false. Similarly, I take one more string var str3 and assign it to hello. Println str dot compare to any other string. I am comparing it to str3 and it asking for the ignore case. I will change it to true, as here you can see the hello h is small and here the h is capital. It will compare the string by ignoring the case. Let's run it. As you can see, I am getting 0 here as an output. If the strings are equal, we will get the 0. If the strings are not equal, we will get the -1. Hope you understand. Similarly, many more functions are there of the string. We can also use the Kotlin get method to get the character of a string. Println str dot get, specify the index number, as I want to get the element of first index. If I run it, let's run it. As you can see, I am getting the index character at index first, that is e. Also I can get the substring to str dot subsequence. It is asking for the start index and end index. Let's start from the first index and end it on index number 4. We will get hello. Let's run it. If I change it to 5, let's run it. Yeah, it's live within this range. You will get the element lies within this is this range. Hope you understand. We will discuss about the Kotlin programming language in detail on my next tutorial. Thank you. Let's talk about the Kotlin if-else expression. Decision making in programming is similar to the decision making in real life. In programming too, a certain block of code needs to be executed when some condition is fulfilled. A programming language uses control statement to control the flow of execution of a program based on certain condition. If the condition is true, then it enters into the condition block and execute the instructions. There are different type of if-else expression in Kotlin. These are if expression, if else expression, if else if ladder, and nested expression. We are going to learn each about this in detail. Let's if statement. It is used to specify whether a block of statement will be executed or not. If a condition is true, then only the statement or block or statement will be executed. Otherwise, it fails to execute. Its syntax is like this: if condition, code to run if condition is true. For example, there is one program function main. Here is a variable is 3. If a is greater than 0, yes, number is positive. Let's open the IntelliJ IDEA. Let's create one main function, fun main. There we go. Here we take a is equal assign var a assigned to 3. Here we create one condition. If a is greater than 3, we will get println the number is positive. The number is positive. Let's run it. As you can see, here I have 0. Greater than 0, the number is positive. Let's run it. Yeah, we are getting the number is positive. Let's move on to PPT. Now if else statement. If else statement contains two blocks of statement. If statement is used to execute the block of code when the condition becomes true, and else the statement is used to execute a block of code when the condition becomes false. Here you can see if the condition is true, then the else block will be executed, else the else statement will execute. Let's create one program to understand it. Here I created one program. Here the variable a is assigned to 5. If a modulus 2 returns remainder 0, then the number is even, else the number is odd. It is a simple program I have created of even odd number to check the even odd number. Let's open the IntelliJ IDEA. Here we take one variable a and assign it to 5. And now do if a modulus 2 is equal to 0, then println the number is even, else println the number is odd. Let's run it. As you can know, the 5 is a odd number. If statement is not true, then the else statement will be executed. Hope you understand. Now let's move on to PPT. If else statement. The next one is if else ladder. As you can see here, a user can put multiple condition. All the if statement are executed from top to bottom, one by one. All the condition are checked. If any of the condition is found to be true, then the code associated with if statement will be executed, and all other statement bypass to the end of the block. If none of the condition is true, then by default the final else statement will be executed. Here is the syntax. If first condition, if it is not true, then it move to else. If second condition, code to run if condition true, else it move to the else statement. Let's create one program to understand about the if else if ladder. Let's open an IntelliJ IDEA. Let's clear the code. Here I have initialized one variable var a of type int, and let's go. Let's import. I have to take the input from the user. Let's import the scanner class. As you know, we can use also interpolate Java with the Kotlin code. Import java.util.scanner. Okay, let's create a scanner where let's create an object of scanner class whereas equal to scanner system.in. Now takes the input println, enter a number. A is assigned as dot next int. Now let's use the if condition. If a is greater than 0, then we print println the entered number is positive. Enter number is positive. Else if a is less than 0, that means println enter number is negative. Enter number is negative, or we can say enter number is negative. Else the next statement can be println entered number is 0, or we can say is equal to 0. We have successfully created if else ladder. Let's run it. Here we can see the variable is never modified to, so it can be declared using a val keyword. Change it to val. Let's change it to val. Let's run it. Enter the number. Let's enter the 4. The entered number is positive. Again run it. enter the number. Let's enter the minus 3. The entered number is negative. Next one is, let's enter 0. The entered number is 0. Hope you understand. Now move to the PPT. We have successfully completed if else if ladder. The next one is nested if expression. The nested if statement means an if statement inside another if statement. If the first condition is true, then the code associated block to be executed and again check for the if condition nested in the first block, and if it is also true, then execute the code associated with it. It will go until the last condition is true. Like there is the nested if inside, if this condition is true, it will go inside the second condition and the code inside the second condition will be executed. Let's create one program to find the largest of the three number. Let's give you one example of this. Here I take three numbers. Let's understand with the help of example. Suppose I have three number. The value of A is equal to 30 and the value of B is equal to 20 and the value of C is equal to 10. I have to find the largest of three numbers. Here I apply nested if A is greater than B. The condition is true, it will go inside the another if statement. If A is greater than C, that condition is true, then both conditions are true, then I will get the message A is the greatest. A is the greatest. Now close this. Now take second condition. If we have second case, let's take the second case. We have A is equal to 20 and B is equal to 10 and C is equal to 30. Here we first check the condition. A is greater than B. A is greater than B, the first condition is true, as A is equal to 20 and B is equal to 20. The first condition is true. But when we enter into the second statement, A is greater than C, that is become the false, as A is not greater than C. As A is not greater than C, then it is obvious that the A is not the greatest one number. Then we will compare only the two numbers, that is B and C. Let's compare the two numbers. Here we, if B is greater than C, B is greatest, else C is the greatest. Let's do the practical using the IntelliJ IDEA. Open the IntelliJ IDEA. Let's clear this. Here I have declared one variable in A and take the input from the user. Here I apply the condition if A is greater than B. The condition is true. Let's go inside it. I have to take the three numbers, not a one number. I have to declare the three variables here. A, where B of type int, and where C of type and enter enter first number. Similarly, let's copy it, enter second number, similarly control C, control V, enter third number. Now apply the statement here. If A is greater than B, now go to inside if A is greater than C, if both conditions are true, then println first is the greatest. Let's close this. Else if B is greater than C, println second is the greatest. Else println third is the greatest. We have successfully implemented the nested if else statement. Let's run it. Enter first number. Let's take the first case, make the A the greatest, A 10, and the second number B is 20 and C is 30. Here get the first is the greatest. Now let's take the second case, again run it. Enter the first number, we make it 10 and B 30, and third number we make it 20. Now we got second is the greatest. Now let's run it again. Now make the third number greatest, 10, 20 and 30. Here we get third is the greatest. We have successfully implemented the nested if else statement. Let's move over the PPT. Now I will discuss about the Kotlin, basic of Kotlin language in detail on my next tutorial. Thank you. Now we are going to learn about the Kotlin when expression. In Kotlin, when replaces the switch operator of other languages like Java. If you have read another languages like C++, Java, C, if you have multiple statements, you basically use the switch statement. The when expression replaces that switch statement. A certain block of code need to be executed when some condition is fulfilled. The argument of a when expression compared with all the branches one by one until some match is found. After the first match is found, it reaches to the end of the when block and execute the code next to the when block. Unlike the switch case in Java or any other programming language, we do not require break statement and end of the each case. Let's do one practical to understand about it in detail. Let's open IntelliJ IDEA. Here I have created one program. Let's see. Here I have taken two variables. A initializes to 12 and another variable B I have initialized it to 5. Now I have taken one input from the user, enter operator, either addition, subtraction, multiplication or division. Here I have taken one operator and take the input using the red line. Now I have go to when expression. Here I have passed when operator. When operator is plus, I will println a plus b. When the operator is minus, I will println a minus b. When the operator is multiplication, I will println a into b. When the operator is division, it will print a division. Here we end the else. Else, if I enter the wrong operator, then the else block will be executed. Else println operator is invalid. Let's run it. Here is asking for the operator. Here I have taken two number 12 and 5. Let's enter the plus operator. Plus, here I am getting 12 plus 5. Here I am getting 17. Again run it. Now I have entered the operator subtraction. I will get I have entered the underscore. It will move to the else block. Enter the subtraction operator again. I have entered the correct subtraction operator. Now I am getting the 7. Now move to the another example to understand about it in detail. Here I created one program. You can also add multiple statement using comma in when expression like this. Here I have created main function. Here I have declared one variable n of type integer. Here I have print one message to take the input from the user. Println enter a number and take input from the user by creating the object of the scanner class, well as a scanner system.it, and it is initialized to s.nextInt. When n, when its number is 1 2 3, the number is integer less than 4. When it's 0, the number n is 0. When -1 -2, n is the negative integer greater than -3. Let's run it. Let's enter a number. N is a positive integer less than 4. Again run it. Follow the next case. I enter -1. N is a negative integer greater than -3. Again run it. Let's enter 0. N is 0. Next, move on to another example. Here I have created one variable number, val number, and initialize it to 7. And here in the when expression, here if 1 to 5, the number is provided in the range from 1 to 5, is 6 to 10, the number is provided in the range between 6 to 10, else none of the above. Let's run it. Here I am getting the number provided is in the range 6 to 10, as our number is 7. Hope you understand. We will study about the Kotlin programming language in detail on my next tutorial. Thank you. In this tutorial, we are going to learn about the loops in Kotlin. First, we will start with the Kotlin while loop. In programming, loop is used to execute specific block of code repeatedly until condition is met. If you have to print counting from 1 to 100, then you have to write the print statement 100 times. But with the help of loop, you can save time and you need to write only 2 lines. The first loop is while loop. It consists of block of a code and a condition. First of all, the condition is evaluated, and if it is true, then execute the code within the block. It repeats until the condition becomes false, because every time the condition is checked before entering into the block. The while loop can be thought of as a repeating of if statement. The syntax of while loop is as given: while condition code to run. Let's do one program to understand it. Kotlin program to print number from 1 to 10 using while loop. Here we have created one main function and we have taken one variable number and initialize it to 1. Here we are checking condition while number is less than equal to 10. We print the number, then increment it. Let's do it on let's do this practical on our IntelliJ IDE. Let's clear it. Where a we initialize it to 10, while let it is 1. When a is less than equal to 10, we need to print println a. Now incremented a plus plus. Now let's run it. As you can see, I have successfully printed the number from 1 to 10 by using the while loop. Let's explain it. Here the value of a is equal to 1. Here I am checking while a is less than equal to 10. Print the value of a, then a plus plus. Here first the value of a is 1. Here we check 1 is less than equal to 10, condition true. Now we have printed 1. Now value of a changed to 2. Here the value of a changed to 2. Now we check 2 is less than equal to 10, condition true. We print 2. Now the value of a changed to a plus plus 3. Now again move to this and check 3 is less than equal to 10, condition true. We print 3. Now again the value of a changed to 4. Now we check 4 is less than equal to 10, condition true. Similarly, the value is changed to 5 and check 5 is less than equal to 10, condition true. Similarly, we printed till 10. Now the value changed to 11. This condition become false. It's come out of the loop. Hope you understand. Let's move on to PPT. Our next loop is do while loop. Do while loop. In contrast with the while loop, because while loop execute the block only when condition become true, but do while execute the code first and then the expression or test condition is evaluated. First do code to run while condition. For example, here we have the program to find the factorial of a number. Here we have created one main function and here we initialize the variable number to 5 and variable factorial to 1. Now in do statement we are Initializing factorial equal to factorial is initialized to factorial into number, then number minus minus. While number is greater than 0, here we in last we check the condition, and now we move to do. Let's implement it and understand it. Let's copy it and run it on our IntelliJ IDEA. Control C. Here we move to IntelliJ IDEA. Control V. Here the value of number is 5 and factorial is 1. Let's understand it. How we find the factorial of a number. Here the value of number is equal to 5 and factorial is 1. Now first we go to the do statement. Do. Here either the factorial we get, in fact we get factorial is initialized to factorial into number. The value of factorial is 1. Now inside the factorial we get 1 into value of factorial is 5 and the value of number is 1. Here the value of factorial is changed to 5. Change to 5. Now again we move to the while, we decremented. Now the values number is changed to 4. Value of number is changed to 4. We move to the here condition, number is greater than 0. Yes, 4 is greater than 0. We move to the do statement again. Now in factorial we get the value of fact is changed to 5. 5 is 5 into 4. Now in factorial we get 5 into 4. 5 into 4. Now in factorial we get 20. Again the value of number is increment now by 1, decrement by 1, decrement by 1. Now value of number is changed to 3. Here we can see, again check the condition, 3 is greater than 0, condition true. Now again move to here do statement. The value of factorial will become 20 into 3, that will become 60. Again the value of num will change to minus minus, the value of num will change to 2. Now again we check the condition, 2 is greater than 0, condition true. Again we move to in factorial we have 60. 60 into 2, in factorial we get 120. Now again the value is changed to 1. 1 is greater than 0, condition true. We will get 120 into 1. Now the value of number is changed to 0. This condition become false. Finally we print the factorial, final factorial, that is 120. Hope you understand. Now let's move to the PPT. Let's run it, and after that we will move to the PPT. Here we get the factorial of 5 is 120. Factorial of 5 is 120. Now let's enter the full screen. Now we move to the for loop. In Kotlin, for loop is equivalent to for each loop of other language like C#. Here for loop is used to traverse through any data structure which provides an iterator, it is used very differently than the for loop for other programming languages like Java or C. Iterate through the range to print the value. Here we have function main and for loop for I in 1 to 6. Here we print the value of I. Here we get 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let's do it on IntelliJ IDEA. Let's create it. For I in 1 till 10, and here we go, println, we print the value of I. Let's print it. Here we get the value 1 2 3 4 5 6 10. Hope you understand. Now move to the PPT. Iterate to range from step 3. If we want to take the 3 difference of 3, so what will we do? Here we write only step 3. It will take the 3 difference. Get 1 plus 3 4, 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 3 10. Now if we want to print the number in reverse order, then if we do like this, it will not print anything. So we have to do 10 to down 1. Let's check it. Down 2. Okay. That's all right. I in 10 down to 1. Let's print it. Here we getting the numbers in reverse order: 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. Here we are done with the loop, and we will discuss about the Kotlin programming language in detail on my next tutorial. Thank you. In last video we have learned about the Kotlin when expression. Now we are going to learn about the Kotlin arrays. So what is arrays? Arrays is one of the most fundamental data structure in practically all programming languages. If you have read about the programming languages like C, C++, and Java, you have used array. The same concept we use in the Kotlin. The idea behind an array is to store multiple items of the same data type, such as an integer or string, under a variable name. Arrays are used to organize data in programming so that a related set of values can easily be sorted or searched. Here are some basic properties of array. The arrays are stored in contiguous memory location. They can be accessed programmatically through their indexes, like array of index 1, array of index 0. They are mutable. Their size is fixed. How to create an array? To create an array, use the array of function like this, array of, and place the values in comma separated the list inside it. Like here I have created array of Volvo, BMW, Audi, Mercedes, and stored it inside a variable named cars. If I print here the cars of 0 index, I will get the output Volvo. Now to change the value of a specific element, here I have created one array, and here if I assign the 0 index to Toyota, Now if I print the zero car zero index element, I will get Toyota instead of Volvo. Now to find out the element, you have to use the property car dot size. Now let's do one practical to understand about it. Let's open the IntelliJ IDEA. Here I've created one file arr.kotlin fun main. Here I have created one array. First take one variable val cars, assign it to array of Volvo, BMW, Audi and Mercedes. Now if I println, if I print its zero index cars of index of 0. Let's run it. Here you can see I am the element of 0 index, that is Volvo. Now if I changed car 0 and change its value to Toyota. Let's copy this statement, Control X, and paste it here. Now let's run it. Here I have successfully changed the 0 index element of the array. Now if I have to loop around the array, I have to use the for loop like this: for car in cars, array name. Now I have to print println here I have to print car. Let's run it. You can see I am getting the list of cars. Here I am getting Toyota 2 times because I have printed the Toyota 2 times. Hope you understand. Similarly, we can also create the array of integer values. Like I have created the array of string here. We can also create the array of integer type here. Let's do it. Let's clear it first. Well, let's create the array of even numbers. Array of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. If I have to print the println, let's print the last element. First element stored in D0 index. Here we have the total number of 5 elements. So if I print the fourth element, it moved to the last element. Let's run it. Here you can see I'm successfully printed the 10th element here. Hope you understand. Hope you have understand about array. We will discuss about Kotlin strings in my next video. Thank you.
Let's talk about the function in Kotlin. In Kotlin, functions are the fundamental building blocks used to organize and structure code. They encapsulate a set of instructions that perform a specific task or calculation. Here is an explanation of function in Kotlin along with an example to illustrate their usage. Declaring a function. Function function in Kotlin are declared using the fun keyword followed by the function name, parameter if any, return type, and the function body enclosed in curly braces. Here is the basic syntax of function. Fun parameter 1 type 1 comma parameter 2 type 2 return type function body perform operation here optional return statement. Let's understand it by giving one example. Here is an example of a simple function. Let's create a simple Kotlin function that calculates the sum of two integers and return the result. Here I have created one function fun, and it will take the two parameter of type int a and b, and its return type is also will be int, and it will return a plus b. Now calling a function. Once the function is defined, you can call it from other part of your program. Here fun main, and we have stored a function inside one variable result. Val result is assigned to sum 5 comma 3, and we will get the output as 8. Let's do one practical to understand about it. First open the IntelliJ IDEA. Create new Kotlin file. New Kotlin file. Name it at fun 1. I have named it at fun 1. Now let's create one function fun. I have named it as sum. Now it will take two parameters a of type int and b of type int, and it will return int. Now what we will return? We will return a plus b. Okay. Now now we go to the main, create the main function here. Create the main function fun main. Inside the main, we create one variable val result, and inside it we will call our function sum and pass it the two parameter 5 comma 3. Now print it, print ln. We will pass it, print one message sum is, and we will use dollar result. Okay, it will inside it, and we will print it. Now let's run it. Now we will get the output. Program is running. As you can see, we have successfully got an output as 8. Now move into the PPT. Now Now move on to the type of function. In Kotlin, we have the first type of function is the lambda function, which is also called the anonymous function. Called Kotlin also supports lambda function, which are unnamed functions that can be used as an expression. A function without name is called anonymous function. For lambda expression, we can say that is anonymous function. Like we have created one val some lambda, and it will assign it to two. It will take two parameters int, and this is a and it return int, and we have passed it two variables x y, and this is the body of the function x plus y, and we have stored this function inside one variable result and passed to the two parameter 10 comma 5, and the output of this is sum is 15. Let's understand by it by doing one practical. IntelliJ IDEA, open the IntelliJ IDEA and create one lambda function. I have to take new file, new Kotlin file, and name it at lambda. Enter. Now let's create a program to understand about it. Let's create one main fun main, and inside it, let's create one variable val lambda. It is of type int. It will take two parameters of time int, and it will also return int, assign it to x comma y, and the body of function will be x plus y. Now store it inside one variable val result lambda, and pass one parameters to parameter 5 comma 10. Now print it, println result. Let's run it. As we are getting the 15 output, the sum of 10 plus 5 is 15. Let's move on to PPT. Let's discuss about the another function. Our next function is the high order function. What are the high order functions? In Kotlin, high order function are the function that can take other function as a parameter or returns a function or both. Means instead of passing int, string, or other type of parameter in a function, we can pass a function as a parameter in other function. Let's understand by doing an example. Here is an example of a high order function. Let's I see I have created one function named add, and I have passed one two parameter over there of type double, a of double, b of double, and it will return the type of double. It will return a plus b. Now I have created one high order function. It will take the two parameter x of type double, y of the double, y of type double. The next parameter, the high order function, will take the another function. Uh, I have created one function. Here I have created one function and pass two parameter in it of type double double, and it will return the double. Now it is the body of the function. The body of function will be of double. Now I have printed the function fun. I have passed two parameter over there, x and y, inside the function. Now in the main in on our main function, I will call the higher order function. It will take the two parameter 5 comma 6. The next parameter will be the function this is which I have created add. We can specify it by adding the two columns, then the function name. Let's understand by doing. it by performing the practical. Let's open an IntelliJ IDEA. Let's create one new function, offering class file. I will name it as high order. Enter. Now let's create one function, fun, add. Let's pass two parameter, a of type double, comma b of type double. Okay, and it will return double. Now return the statement, return a plus b. Okay. Now I let's create one high order function, fun, high order, and pass the two parameter, x of type double and y of type double, and it will the next parameter will be another function, and it will also take the two parameter of type double, and the body of function it will also return the double. Okay, print. Now pass the function name should be start with the lowercase letter here. Iota. Let's pass two parameter over there. Call the function fn and pass the two parameter that is here x and y, x comma y. Now create one main function, fun main. Inside the main function, call the high order function, high order, and as you can say, it will take the two parameter. First, we will pass the first parameter, two parameter of type double and 6.5. After that, it will take another function as a parameter. The first function name is add. Now let's run it. As you can see, I am getting 11.5 as an answer. There is nothing difficult in high order function, but it is basically passing the parameter one function inside the another function. This is called the high order function that like this I have written. High order function are function that can take other function as a parameter or returns up or function or both. Means instead of passing int string or other type of function in a function, we can pass a function as a parameter in other function. In our next video, we will learn about the another Kotlin function like the scope function in detail. Let's talk about the scope function in Kotlin. Scope function are very important function in Kotlin. While working with the Android app, we mostly use these scope functions. So let's talk about each and every in detail. So what are scope functions? In Kotlin, scope function are a group of functions that allows you to execute a block of code within the context of an object. They provide a concise way to perform operation on the object, manipulate their property, or apply transformation. So first, uh, scope of function we are going to learn is apply. The apply function is used to configure properties of an object. It executes a block of code on an object and returns the object itself. This is particularly useful when you want to initialize or configure an object right after its creation. Let's do one practical to learn about it. Open the IntelliJ IDEA, create New data class. Let's create one data class. Name it at data class. Name it at employee. It will take two parameters. Name var name of type string. Another empty string, comma. Next one is var age of type int and assign it to 20. I think it's already there. Let's rename it. Okay. Now create one main function. Fun main. Now let's try to access the field by creating an object of a class. Create one object val. Now if I want to access each of the field and have have to set the value. Now I have to use the object of that class again and again. Emp dot name, like I set it to Michael. Now again, if I have to set the age, emp dot age, I have set it to 29. Now this is the lengthy process. I have to use the name of the object again and again to set the field. The apply scope function solve this problem. Let's do it by using the apply function. Now use apply emp dot apply. Now I don't have to use the object name again and again. I can easily do it with the help of this scope function. Set the name to Michael and age to Shirley. This way is simple than this, and it is also a convenient way. Here is the syntax of apply. Val some object some class dot apply. Property 1 is initialized to value 1. Property 2 is initialized to value 2. Perform other operation. Some object is now configured and ready to use. Now let's talk about the second scope function, which is let. The let function is used to execute a block of code on a non-null object. It allows you to perform operation of on the object and return a result. The object becomes accessible within the block using the it keyword. It refers to the object, some object in this case, on which the let function is invoked. Let function generally used to provide the null safety. It executes the block only if the value is not one. Here is the syntax. Val, we have created one val variable val result and initialize this to some object dot let perform operation on it. Println it dot property it dot method result return a result if needed. Result it dot property object is null. Println result. Let's do one practical to understand about it in detail. Open the IntelliJ IDEA and let's create new Kotlin file. Let's name it as example. I'm giving example, Kotlin file example. Now let's create one main function. Create one variable where x and of type int, and I have initialized it to null. Now x dot let change it to the not that x dot let null safety call. Now print it. Wait. Now you can see the above block will not execute as the value is null. Let's print it. As you can see, the above block will not execute if the value is null, as it is providing us the null safety. Now reinitialize the value of x to 5. Now print the value x dot let println it. As you can see, I am getting the value 5, as it is providing me the null safety. The next scope function is with. Let's read about it. The with function is used to call multiple methods on the same object without repeating the object name. It doesn't return a result explicitly, rather, it returns the result of last expression within the block. Here is the syntax. Well, result is initialized to with some object. Perform operation on this println property method return a result if needed. Result property println result. Inside the build inside the with block, this or the object itself is implicitly available, so you can directly access its property and method. Let's understand out about it by giving an example. Open the IntelliJ IDEA. Let's create one class, new Kotlin class file, and name is add person, as I have already created a person. Mm, let's delete it. Let's create another class, Kotlin class, and name it as student. Students. Let's take students. Add the class, and now let's take one variable where name of type string, and assign it the name of student to James. Now also take one variable var age and assign it to type of int, and assign it to 25. Now we must create one main function, fun main scope function with it is having two properties. Now create the object of student. Val student is equals to student. If we want to access the field, we have to do like this: println object name student dot name println student dot age. By using the with scope function, we can only eliminate this problem by you calling the variable by using the object name. You can easily do it by using the scope function with person. Let's take the object name here. Let's do object name student, and this is a with function. Now println use of this keyword this dot name println this dot age, or you can simply print like this: name and age. There is no need to use the this keyword. Hope you understand. Let's talk about another scope function, which is run. As you can see, the run is a combination of with and let. If you want to operate on a nullable object and avoid null pointer exception, then use run. Here is the syntax: while run result is initialized to some object dot run perform operation on this println this dot property this dot method return a result if needed result this dot property and the result. Let's do one practical to understand about it. Open the IntelliJ IDEA. Let's clear it. Let's clear it. I created one class student. Now let's take two variable and initialize to let in it string, let in it var name of type string, the name of type string, and write in it where student roll number of type string. Now close the class, create the main function, one main, inside the main, create an object where student of type student, and initialize it to null. It is a null even object. Now student dot run. Let's operate on the null even object. Println name. Okay. Null safety call. Now if you try to run this, as you can see, the block is not executed. I am not getting any output. Let's reinitialize it. Student dot apply. Now set the name to name. Set to James. James. Now safety call James, and assign the age to roll number. I have put roll number to 45. I have to take it to 8. That's fine. Roll 45. Now if I access this, now the body will execute. What I'm getting. What error I'm getting here. Okay, let's switch this to where roll number of type int. Let's initialize it to null. Okay, now here do student object, and here I change it to student dot apply. What am I getting? Student dot apply. Okay. Then, student dot apply. Now again call the function student dot run. Now it is not non-null. It will execute. Print ln. Here we print the name, and here we print the age. Print ln the roll number. Let's run it. As you can see, the block is successfully executed as the block is non-null. Hope you understand. Let's talk about classes and objects in Kotlin. So what is class? Classes provide the blueprint from which object can be constructed. Okay, it basically provides us the blueprint from which we can create the object. What is an object? An object is an instance of class that consists of data specific to that object. Okay, here I have created one class vehicle. Now I will take two fields, late initialize it, late in it, where company of type string. As in Kotlin, you cannot declare the variable directly. If you want to declare a variable, use the keyword late in. Unlike the other programming languages where you can directly declare the variable, Kotlin doesn't allow us to declare the variable directly. You can declare it by using the late in keyword, or you have to initialize it to null, as Kotlin provides us the null safety, and it provides us the null pointer exception, safety from the null point exception. Now, late init declare another variable late init where name of car name of type string. Now go to the main function. Let's create the object of that class. Val vehicle is initialized to vehicle class name, object name, class name. Now by using the object name, let's access the variable and initialize it. Dot car name. I initialize to Honda. Also access the company name vehicle dot company and initialize to car name. I have changed to city and company changed to Honda. Okay. Here the fields are private by default. If I make it fields are public by default. If I make it private, here you can see I am getting the error as the private fields are not accessible outside the class. The Kotlin variables are public by default. Here I also mention private. As you can see, I am getting error. If I mention here the protected keyword, same error I am getting, as the protected is also not accessible outside the class, but they can be inherited into another class, subclass. As in Kotlin, all the classes are final by default. You cannot inherit that class. To make the class visibility on, you have to mark the keyword open before the class. That we will discuss on our next video. Let's try to access, if you want to try access the private fields inside the class, we have to declare some member function inside the class. Let's take one example here. If these fields are private, 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 so private. As you can see, I am not able to access directly outside the class. For that, I need to create some member function, public member function inside the class. So here I create one fun get data. By default, its return type is void. Here I print one message, println, enter the company name. For taking the input, I can also use the scanner class. For that, I have to import the package import java dot util dot scanner. As you can, as you know, the Kotlin and Java are interpolable. I can also use Java code inside my Kotlin. Here I create one object of scanner class, val as is initialized to scanner side system dot in. Now initialize the variable company is initialized to s dot next line and car initialized to s dot Next line. Now create another member function to print their data. One, print data. Print the data here. Println company name is dollar company. Println car name is dollar car name. Now create one object inside the main function. Val vehicle is initialized to vehicle. Now by using this object name, call the member functions, public member function which I have created. Vehicle dot get data, vehicle dot print data. Let's run it. Here I am asking the name of the company. Let's enter the name of the company as Toyota. What's happened? Company name. Okay. I have not printed the message here. Let's copy this. Control S. Now here I print the enter the car name. Let's run it again. Stop and run. Enter the car name Toyota. Enter the company name Toyota. Enter the car name Camry. As you can see, I am getting the output. Hope you understand. As you can check the code. Let's talk about the constructor in Kotlin. In Kotlin, a constructor is a special function that is primarily used for initializing objects when they are created. Constructors are defined within the class declaration and can be of two types, which are primary constructor and secondary constructor. Let's understand about it by giving one example. Here is I have created one class teacher. Let's create it as a primary constructor here. Here I have take two fields, val name of type string and another val gender of type string. Now create one main function, one main. Now let's initialize the class val t teacher. Now pass the value here. Name I pass mark and the gender will be male. As you can see, I have directly passed the parameter to the constructor here. Now let's print it. Println t dollar t dot name dollar t dot gender. Let's run it. As you can see, I'm getting Mark and male here. Okay, this is our primary constructor. We can also create one secondary constructor. Constructor is creating by using the constructor keyword. Let's understand about the secondary constructor here. Just remove this code and move this. This is one class. Here in class, take two field of private var name of type string. I'm giving it the empty string. Now also initialize one variable private var gender of type string, also initialize it to empty. Now here I can create the secondary constructor by using the constructor keyword constructor. Now mention the field name. What I'm having here. Name of type string and gender of type string. But I'm getting here. Okay. Plus this dot name is initialized to name. Now this dot gender is initialized to gender. But here I'm getting here. I need to do this. Now I'm creating the secondary constructor. Okay. Remove this. Now create one main function outside the class. Here I class is closing over here. Now create one main function, fun main. Now inside the main, create an instance of a class. Well, T is initialized to teacher. Now here pass the value Mike and then gender here the male. As you can see, here I'm able to give the values inside our constructor. This is our secondary constructor. Let's print the value here. Println name is Java name. Println gender is $gender. Now you can see this is a refer to the variable of the class. This this because I am taking the variable name same inside this constructor. And if I directly initialize it, it will create some ambiguity like the other programming languages. Let's run it. As you can see, I'm getting name is Mike, gender is male. Hope you understand. In Kotlin recommend us to mostly use the primary constructor. As you can see, convert to a primary constructor like this. Okay, this is the init block. It will execute after the class is created. Let's talk about the interfaces in Kotlin. In Kotlin, interfaces are similar to the interfaces in Java and other object-oriented languages, but with some additional features. Here are the key points about interfaces in Kotlin. Interfaces in Kotlin can contain declaration of abstract method as well as method implementation. As multiple inheritance is not supported by Kotlin, with the concept of interface, it can be achieved by extending a class and implementing multiple interfaces. In child class, we override the method of the interface. Method overriding means defining the method definition with different signature. Here is the syntax of interface. Interface declarations start with interface keyword followed by the interface name and curly braces. Interface basically provide us the predefined functionality. Let's understand the concept by giving one example. Open the IntelliJ IDEA. Here I will create one interface. Right click, new Kotlin class file, and here I give it to first interface. Now inside this, I will create one abstract function. A function without body is called abstract function. As in case of interface, there is no need to put abstract keyword before the function, as the method are by default abstract. A of type int, comma, b of type integer. Now create one method with body on print, and here is a print some message. Println, this is a default method defined in the interface. Okay. Now create one class, another class, and it will implement this first interface. Right click, new Kotlin class, and name it as second class. And it will implement the first interface. Implement, as in case of Kotlin, for implementing interface, you have to put the column and then the interface name. Interface name. And it is saying you have to implement the members. Right click, OK. As you can see, I have successfully implement the override the method fun and will redefine its body. Now here I will take one variable of x type x val x, and here I will pass x is assigned to a plus b. Now I will print one message, println sum is $x. Now I will also override the function override on print of the interface, and super.print means it will call the method of the parent class, that is interface. Here super.print means it will call this function funprint. Now I can also overwrite it, print one message over there, println it has been overridden. It has been overridden. Now create main function from outside the class, and here I will create one main function fun main, and in main create the object of a class val obj and class name second. Now print the println, call the function by using object name obj dot add, and it will take here two parameters 5 comma 6. Now call the print method obj dot print. Let's run it. As you can see, sum is 11, and this is a default method in the interface. And the second output I am getting, it has been overridden. As you can see in interface, there is already one method is defined, and there I have print one message. This is a default method defined in the interface. Okay, and it its definition has been overwritten in our child class. Here you can see it has been overridden. Let's talk about the abstract class in Kotlin. As in previous lecture, we have learned about the interfaces. Now we are going to learn about the abstract class in the Kotlin. Let's learn it. So what is abstract class in Kotlin? An abstract class in Kotlin is one that is designed to be subclass and cannot be instantiated. That means we cannot instantiate an abstract class concrete. It contain concrete method, the method with a body, and abstract method without a body can both be found in an abstract class. The abstract keyword must be used in front of the class in Kotlin to declare an abstract class. We cannot construct an object for an abstract class. That means we cannot create an object of an abstract class. Object of a subclass can be created. We cannot create the object of the parent class here. Abstract class helps in encapsulating common logic and behavior shared among multiple related classes. This promotes code reuse and helps in maintaining a constant design across the subclasses. Basically, abstract class help in achieving the abstraction concept of OOPS language. So here is the syntax of abstract class, class name. Let's understand it by creating one code. Let's open the IntelliJ IDEA. Right click and create new class, new Kotlin class file, and name it as number. Now this class is now abstract. To make it abstract, put the keyword abstract before the class name. Abstract. Here, put the keyword abstract. Now create one abstract function over there, abstract fun, and I name it at calculation cal, and put here x of type int and y of type integer. Now here is the return type will be int. It is abstract function. Now create one class which will extend this abstract class. Here I create one class add, and it will extend number. It is saying to override the methods. Let's click in and implement the members. Click OK. Now the method has been overridden. Move this message. Now return the statement return x plus y. Okay. Now create another class. This is first class and close this class and create another class over there. Class subtraction extend number. It is saying to implement the member, implement the members. Click OK. Now return here, return x minus y. This is class. This is close this class and create one function, fun main over there. Let's try to create the object of the stack class first. Val number is initialized to number. Let's create the object here. And you can see here I am getting error that cannot create instance of an abstract class as we have read this earlier. Let's cut this. Now create one another class, class multiplication extends number. Now implement the members. Okay. Now return here, return x into y. Let's go inside the main function. Now create the instance of a child class here. Val add, and here you can see I have created the object of this child class and pass some parameter over there, or you can stored it inside one variable. Let's create one variable val x1 and using it object call the method add dot calculate and pass to parameter 5 comma 6. Now print the message println sum is dollar $x1. Now create instance of second class val sub is initialized to sub. Now create one another variable val x2 initialized to sub dot calculate pass to parameter 10 comma 5 and print a message println subtraction is dollar $x2 like this. Now also create object of third class where multiply is assigned to multiplication. Now create another variable val x3 is initialized to multi dot calculate pass to number 5 comma 3. Now print a message println multiplication is let's run it. As you can see, I have successfully compiled the program. The sum is 11, the subtraction is 5, and the multiplication is 15. Hope you understand the concept of the abstract classes. Let's talk about the concept of inheritance in Kotlin. So, what is inheritance? As you have read about the previous languages like Java, C++, inheritance is the most important concept. Let's read about it. So, what is inheritance? Kotlin enables inheritance. You can define a new class that is derived from an already existing class. The new class is referred to as the subclass or derived class, and the old class is called the superclass or base class. The subclass can add properties in addition to inheriting all the superclass attribute and functionality. One of the most more crucial aspect of object-oriented programming is inheritance. Code reusability is made possible by inheritance, which enables a new class, which is derived class, to inherit every feature from an existing class, which is base class. Furthermore, the derived class has the ability to add additional feature of its own. It is a syntax of inheritance: open class, base class. Next is class, derived class, extend the base class. As you can see, this is the syntax of inheritance. Let's understand it by giving one example. Let's open the IntelliJ IDEA. Let's create new class, new Kotlin class, and I will name it as parent class. This is our base class, or we can say base class or super class. Okay. Now it can have fields as well as functions. Let's take one field name, val name. I will assign it to my name, which is JG Aroda. Now let's create one function, fun a, and print some message over there. Println. This is the parent class. Okay. Here I click create second class, class child class char extend parent. As you can see, the classes are final by default in Kotlin. So in order to make the class visibility on, we have to mark the open keyword before the class name, open. Now you can see the error has gone. Now let's create one another function inside the child class, fun b. Now here print one message, println inside the child class. Okay. Now create the main function. Come outside the class, create the main function over there. Fun main. Now val, create the object of the base class. This is our derived class, or we can say subclass. Okay. Now create the object of the subclass, val c I and child class. By using the object of a child class, call the variable name. Let's close this message. Println c dot name, again println No need to write the println over here. C dot function name A. Now C dot B. Here you can see by creating the object of the child class, we are able to access the field of the parent class as well. The child class having its own property can also add the properties of its parent class. Let's run it. As you can see, I'm getting the output. First, my name. Next, this is the parent class, and inside the child class. Now we can also have more than two subclasses. Let's create another child class. Class child class 2, and it will extend the child class 1. Here it is. Here it is. What error am I getting? Yes, as you can see, the classes are final in Kotlin by default. To make it visible, I have to mark open keyword before the class. Open. Now you can see the error has gone. Now let's create one function over there. Fun C, and here I will print some message println inside the second child class. Now I have to create the object only of the second child class, not the first class. Here I will change the object name to child class 2. Now by using the object of this class, I can directly call c dot c. Now let's run it. As you can see, I am getting the output. First the name, second the parent class as the B function is called. Now the inside the child class. The next output I am getting inside the second child class. Okay, hope you understand. The concept of inheritance is very easy to understand by this example. Let's talk about the Kotlin collections. Kotlin collection refers to the various data structures and utilities provided by the Kotlin standard library for storing and manipulating the group of elements. Collections in Kotlin are designed to be both efficient and convenient, offering both mutable and immutable variants depending upon the use cases. Types of collection. The first type of collection we are talking about is immutable collection. Immutable collection are those collections in Kotlin that are designed to be immutable by default, promoting functional programming principle, but mutable variants are also available when needed. Here is an overview of main collection types and their characteristics in Kotlin. List. List is a type of mutable collection. Lists represent an ordered collection of elements. Elements can be accessed by their index. Common implementation list of immutable elements cannot be added or removed after the initialization. The second type of our mutable collection is set. Set represent a collection of unique elements. It does not allow the duplicate elements. Common implementations set of T. Type, it is a type asking for type, string, int, any. Immutable elements cannot be added or removed after initialization. The third type of mutable element is map. Map represent a collection of key value pairs. Key are unique within the map. Common implementations include map of key value pair. Immutable key value pair cannot be added or removed after the initialization. Similarly, we have mutable collections. Mutable collection counterpart of list. We are having mutable list also. Mutable list allows adding, removing, and updating elements. Common implementations: mutable list of data type, string, int, and similarly we are having mutable set also. The mutable counterpart of set allows adding and removing elements. Common implementations include mutable set of t, and the third one is our mutable map. The mutable map is a counterpart of map, allows adding, removing, and updating key value pairs. Common implementations: mutable map of key value pair. Similarly, we are having the array list. Array list is most important while we are working in Android Studio and creating an app. We are working with the array list. In Kotlin, array list is a mutable implementation of list interface that provide dynamic resizing of underlying array-based data structure. It belongs to the java.util package and is commonly used when you need a collection that can grow or shrink dynamically based on the number of elements it contains. Let's understand it by giving some examples. Let's create one list. Open the IntelliJ IDEA, click New, and create one Kotlin file. I will name it as list Kotlin file. Press enter. Inside it, create one main function, fun main, and here I create one variable cars and initialize it to list of. It is asking the elements. I create the Audi and Ferrari, BMW, and next one is Mercedes. Here you can see I have created one list of cars. Similarly, if I want to print the first element of list, I can print using println cars. Here I will mention the zero index element. As you can see, the first element of list will get printed. As you can see, I am getting the first element of the list. Similarly, we can also loop through the array. Let's comment it. We can loop through the list. Sorry, let's print it for I in cars. And here we go, println I. Let's print it. As you can see, I have successfully looped through the list. I am also having some list function. Suppose I have to know the index of the particular element of the list. I can do it using println cars dot index of. Here I'm asking for the string. Suppose I want to know the index of the element Ferrari. Let's run it. As you can see, I am getting the index as -1. Here I am getting output as -1. As you can see, I'm getting output at -1 because the spelling of Ferrari is wrong here. There is no element existing here of named Ferrari as the programming language are case sensitive. Now you can see I'm getting the, let's run it. As I can see, I'm getting the 1. As you can see now, I'm getting the correct index of the element. Similarly, I can also know the index of the last element, println cars dot last. Let's run it. Here you can see I am getting the last element of the list. Similarly, I can also check if the list contain a particular element or not. Println cars dot contains, and it is asking for the string. If I mention BMW, let's print it. Here you can see it will return a boolean value true or false as our list contains the car BMW. Similarly, we are having the mutable list. As you can, as in case of immutable list, we can't add or remove the element from the list. Here you can see there is no add function on in our list. If I want to make this list mutable, I have to use mutable list of. Here you can see, let's comment this. I can also add elements in the list. Mutable cars dot add. It is asking for the index and element. Suppose in index 1 I have to add one element 1. I will name it at as Toyota. Now print the element for I in cars. Let's print it. Println I. As you can see, I have successfully added Toyota in the first index of the list, and Ferrari moved to the second index. I can also remove element from the list. For example, if I want to remove BMW from the list, cars dot remove at, it is asking for the index from which index number I want to remove. If I want to remove from the index number, here it will become the first index number, and Ferrari become 1, 2, and BMW become the third. Now let's run it. As you can see, I have successfully removed the BMW car from the list. Similarly, if I use remove, I need to mention here the string element. Let's run it. As you can see, by using the index number or by using the element name, we are able to remove the element from the list successfully. We are having some more types of mutable and immutable types of collection. We will cover it in our next part. Our next type of collection is set. The set have further two of types. It is of mutable and immutable types. Let's talk about the immutable type of set first. Then we are going to learn about the immutable sets. Let's create one Kotlin file. Kotlin file. I will name it as set file. Now create one main function, fun main. As you can see, the list can contain the duplicate value, but inside we cannot have the duplicate values. Val names, and I will assign it to set of string, and here I will take some names, Mike, Mark, and Gates. Again, take some duplicate value, Mike, loop through the set for I in names, println. Let's print it. Here I will print I. As you can see, the duplicate value has been removed. It is only printing the unique values. Similarly, we are also having the mutable type of sets in which we can add and remove the elements from the set. Here, change it to mutable set of, and let's cut it. And here I remove one element, names, George, remove. It is asking for the string. Suppose I have to remove the mark, and let's print it. As you can see, I have successfully removed the element mark. Similarly, I can also add the elements names dot add, and here I add one new name, Albert. Let's run it. As you can see, I have successfully modified the sets. Similarly, we are also having one more collection, which is map. Let's take about the map. Map stores the element in the key value pairs. Let's create a new Kotlin file, new Kotlin class file. I will name it as map. Press enter. As you can see, cannot create a file. Okay, I have already having the element. So let's delete it. Okay, let's create the new Kotlin file. New Kotlin class file. I will name it as map. Press enter. Let's create one main function, fun main. Inside this main function, I will create map of colors, val colors, and I will initialize is to map of 1 to green and 2 to red and 3 to and 3 to purple. I will mark 3 to purple here. Purple. Now, if I have to print the value println colors by using the key, I will get the value. Suppose I have to print the element at third key. I will get purple here. Similarly, we can also loop through the map for I in colors println. Here I will print I. Let's run it. As you can see, I have successfully printed the map. As map is of immutable type, I cannot add or remove the element of the simple map. I will made it as mutable map of mutable map of. We can add and remove the element from the map. If I want to add more colors dot put, and it is asking for key. Suppose I enter the key 4 and color I will add to 4 is pink. Color dot put can be converted to assignment also. Here you can see. And I can also remove the element from the. Let's print it. As you can see, I have successfully inserted one key value where inside the map. Similarly, I can also remove an element from the map. Colors dot remove. It is asking for the key 2. Now the element with 2 key will be deleted. As you can see, the next type of collection we are going to learn about is the array list, and it is the most important type of collection. While working with the Android Studio and creating Android apps, we mostly create the array list. Let's understand about it, the array list. Right click, new Kotlin file, and I will name is as array list, Kotlin file array list, and create one main function, one main, and inside it I will create initialize one array list, val array list of type array list. First initialize it to array list of type string. Now let's start adding elements inside our array list. Array list dot add apple. Let's add the fruits names, apple. Array list dot add mango. Array list dot add oranges. Now I can remove through the array list also. I can loop through the array list also for I in array list println I. Let's run it. As you can see, I have successfully created one array list. I can also remove and add element from the array list. For example, if I want to remove the elements from the array list, I will type array list dot remove, add and remove. Both we can use. If I would move to particular string, I will mention here the orange. Let's run it. You can see the orange has successfully been removed. If I use remove at, I need to mention the index of the orange. The index of oranges here is 2, and let's run it. You can see I have successfully removed the this from the list. I can also create array list like this. Val games is initialized to array list of, here I mention cricket, comma, baseball, and comma, football. And same way we can add or remove element from the array list.
Let's talk about the nullability in Kotlin. Nullability in Kotlin refer to whether a variable or property can hold a null value. Kotlin provides a system that helps to prevent null pointer exception at runtime, which are common in other languages like Java, which allow reference to be null. In Kotlin, by default, variable cannot hold null values. If you want a variable to be nullable, you must explicitly declare using a nullable type syntax, which is denoted by a question mark to the type. For example, here I have initialized one string to null. Let's understand it by giving one example. Here, open the IntelliJ IDEA and let's take one string here, val name of type string. If I try to assign it to null directly, as Kotlin doesn't allow us this, you have to call this question mark and then you can initialize it to null. Okay, let's move on to PPT. Types of null safety operator. The first operator is the safe call operator. Safe call operator allow you to call a method or access a property only if the receiver nullable string in this case is not null. For example, here I have taken one variable val length and I am trying to find the length of a string. If the nullable string is null, then the length will be null. Let's understand it by giving one example. Let's take here one variable of type string and I will initialize to my name JG, and if I try to print its length, println name dot length and print it. Here you can see I am getting a 5 as the output. What happen if the string is null? If I assign this string to null. Here you can see the Kotlin doesn't allow us to print the directly the length of a null string. For this, I can do this by using the two ways. The first one is to use one condition. If name is not equal to null, then it will go inside this. Let's print it. As you can see, the above condition is not executed because the variable is already initialized to null and it is null. It will not go inside the if condition here. Let's cut it. The another way is to use the safe call operator, println name safe call dot length. As you can see, the condition after the question mark dot length will be executed if the length is not null. Otherwise, we will get the null as a output. Here you can see I am getting the null as an output. It will not allow the statement after this operator
null safety call to be executed if the string is null. So it will prevent the null pointer exception. Let's understand about the next type of operator. The next type of operator is, first discuss about this. The next type of operator is not null assertion operator. Let's understand about it. The not null assertion operator converts any value to a non-nullable type and throws an exception. If the value is null, you can write a double exclamation which is not null assertion, and this will return a non-null value of a, for example, a string. In our example, we throw null exception if a is null. Let's understand about it. Open the IntelliJ IDEA. Here, if I want to throw null pointer exception, I will use this not null assertion, and here you can see the above code will throw the null pointer exception. We have to use the not null or session operator on that case only, in which case we are 100% sure that our data will not get the null value, it will get some data. If you're 100% sure the your data, uh, you will get data in your code, then you have to use this. Let's talk about another type of null safety check operator, which is Elvis operator. Here is the syntax of Elvis operator: val, null string, nullable string, default. Here, if the string is null, then the default will value will be assigned to null string value. Let's understand it by giving one example. Let's open the IntelliJ IDEA and let's take one here variable val color of type string, and I will initialize this to null, and val default color, and I will give it a color code to it, hash ff00, any color you can give, and val bg color, create one variable of type string, and here you can see if the value of color is null, then I will assign a default color to it. Okay, here you can see the value of color is null. If it is null, then it will give it the default color to the BG color. Okay, hope you understand. Here you can see the operator which I have read. The first one is save call operator, then the not null assertion operator, then the Elvis operator.